What time it is out here? It's about, might be noon time or something like that. I don't know the time. But how y'all doing out there? Uh, if you don't know, let me reintroduce myself. I am Mr. Kano, the Mano himself. I got a very interesting topic today. I ain't been on here in a minute, y'all, so y'all gotta bear with me. But yeah, man, I got a interesting topic right here that it been on my heart, to just get into a discussion about, you know what I'm saying? Cause I feel like that this what I'm gonna talk about is gonna be about a character defect that I think that we don't pay enough attention to. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna zero in on this right here, and it's gonna be irresponsibility, irresponsible. Let me say it that way, irresponsible, and what causes people and children to be irresponsible. You know, like you will see a nice looking person. You know what I'm saying? They may look attractive to you. You know what I'm saying? But it may take for you to, you know what I'm saying, to get up close enough with them and be with them long enough to identify that, God damn, this motherfucker here irresponsible. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, we don't understand how much of an impact that when a person is irresponsible, how it really affects themselves first of all, but it's gonna definitely affect the person that they with also as well though. So we're gonna jump into it because, and I'm gonna tell you what, this is what I've discovered, that what this what I've discovered that the only cure for being irresponsible, it ain't but one cure, and it's discipline. See, when a person is irresponsible, they are a very undisciplined person. See what I'm saying? Discipline is a whole nother thing, but we'll get into discipline too. But without discipline, creates irresponsible, an irresponsible person, an irresponsible child. You feel what I'm saying? So let's dive into irresponsible. What it actually means to be irresponsible. Actually, it says actions, attitude, or individuals that lack a sense of duty, reliability, or care for the consequences of their behavior. That's a bad thing. That's bad. That's bad. See what I'm saying? A sense of duty, that means they don't think they supposed to be doing nothing. That means, that what they say. Reliability, you can't count on them for nothing. You see what I'm saying? When a person is unreliable, that means every time you need them, they can't produce for you. You feel me? And then the care for the consequences of their behavior. That means they don't even care. See, they don't even care. And trying to pay attention to see as you care. See. So let's go into the characteristics of what irresponsible would be too. That goes into that a little deeper too. It say careless, reckless, negligent, fickle. I don't know what fickle means. I might have to go back up on that on fickle, but it does also say unreliable. Then it also tells you about the consequences to when you're irresponsible. This is what it says. It says actions. This is the consequences now. It says the actions often lead to broken trust, conflict, or negative impacts on physical and most of all mental. The mental health. This is what is this is the impact that it's gonna have on when people when you're irresponsible to yourself, and then when you're irresponsible with people. You see what I'm saying? With the people you done came in contact with. So this is a very unique character flaw that we want to zero in on, you know. And I'm gonna say this here too before I carry on into that. We have to be mindful as parents about spoiling our children. You know, a lot of parents like to spoil their children because they want to look a certain way to their peers by putting their children on a certain kind of pedestal. And see, let me tell you something I've learned about when you spoil a child, or when you spoil anybody, when you give someone things that they don't deserve. You feel me? What that does is it creates a sense of entitlement, and it definitely teaches them how to take things for granted. Lack of appreciation. You see what I'm saying? So spoiling a child, spoiling people, meaning rewarding them where they ain't did nothing, where they don't deserve it. See what I'm saying? And this is bad. You feel what I'm saying? So we want to tap into that because what we want to do is we want to be able to teach ourselves first how to be responsible to self. See, the first sign of self responsibility, man, gonna be self-responsibility, I said. And that's gonna be, it's gonna be probably the foods you eat, the company you keep, the things you expose yourself to. So you're responsible for that. You see what I'm saying? See, that's why I said at the end of the day, a lot of it gonna be about how much can you stand in the mirror. And you know, this ain't a point the finger at nobody, gender role, you know what I'm saying? But this is for, you know, even myself, and for anybody that's watching this, you know what I'm saying, to be able to get something from this, be able to identify, you know what I'm saying, even maybe where they can see themselves irresponsible with their own lives. See, reckless, when you living reckless, hey man, I'm a living witness, bro. Watch what it said about reckless. Acting without considering risk or consequences. You don't care. You don't care how it turn out. Fuck how it turn out. You ever heard that? Fuck how it turn out. When you hear a nigga say fuck how it turn out, now you know you're dealing with an irresponsible son of a gun right there. You understand me? They don't care how it turn out. That's not a statement that a responsible person would make. It just ain't. You feel what I'm saying? So we want this all about self-development. That's why I make videos like these, because I remember when I couldn't identify, you understand me, what was bothering my mental like that. You feel what I'm saying? I couldn't identify. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, that's what makes me so unique, because, like, when I discover things, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I be wanting to share that. I automatically want to share it back. So that's why when I realized how important, how significant, you know what I'm saying, that being responsible You see what I'm saying? And when you dealing with people that's irresponsible, how it weighs on you, it drains on you, because they not even responsible for themselves. So now let's talk about the only way that you prevent. See, discipline. See, that's why it's so important raising children. See, me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I don't know my mother if I seen her right now. I ain't looking for a pity party. I'm just telling you the story. See what I'm saying? I'm saying that to say that without my mother being there and growing up, it allowed me to, it definitely allowed me to, it's a good word. I went to training school 6 times. I seen the Lord discipline me, and the Lord, he been disciplining me my whole life. But he'll put that whooping on me. I know, listen, man, I'm telling you, I know. So that's how, and without the discipline factor, that's what was guiding me. So let's before I dig into to discipline, I'm kind of getting a little ahead of myself. Cause discipline, I'm ready to get to that, cause that's ultimately, without discipline, creates irresponsibility. If there is no bottom line to it, I'm gonna rewind and bag him on back just a little taste, so I can talk about unreliability and the lack of accountability. See, these two things I want to talk about before I actually go off into the discipline thing. You understand me? So the unreliability, being undependable and untrustworthy, they say is equivalent to immature. Being undependable and untrustworthy. See, this ain't no gender picking, because this can be a male or a female. You understand me? That's untrustworthy, that you can't count on. So these are characteristics we want to be mindful of, that we want to have a spiritual eye for. We want to be able to see these things in people. You feel what I'm saying? It don't matter how good they look on the outside. It don't matter how fine they are. You know what I'm saying? The physical appearance. We got to see people for the character that they possess and that they hold. Cause the character that they possess is gonna dictate how much you fall in love with them. How strong the connection gonna really be. You feel what I'm saying? And then they could determine how deep the heart can break too. It can, you know what I'm saying? So let's roll on with lack of accountability. Lack of accountability, man. Let me tell you something, man. This is one of the traits that I don't want to gender pick. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna just land the plane on that. But lack of accountability is not answering for one's actions. Not answering for one's actions. So I've actually experienced that, you know what I'm saying, in real time. So guys or viewers, you know what I'm saying, when people go silent and people, not just when people go silent, because a lot of times people just be non-argumentative, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but when people don't want to address the issue afterwards, this is what makes a lack of accountability. See what I'm saying? We want to make sure we articulate what we're saying. You feel what I'm saying? So be mindful of people that don't want to be held, you know, like they'll know they wrong. You feel? They'll know they wrong. They don't want to answer to it. They don't want nobody to tell them that they're going to do everything. That's why they're going to leave. Play mind games on you. You feel me? So you got to be mindful of that trait as well, man. A person that lacks accountability, when you bring it to them, how their behavior is disturbing you, and it's nothing to them. Now this go for male and female. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying? So be mindful of that. So when people, the lack of accountability is just another attribute for irresponsible, because now this person is irresponsible for your feelings. They don't want to answer to your feelings. They just want to be answered to what they see and what they doing, to what yours is, you know. So you just want to be able, you want to be mindful of that. So now we're gonna go off into, I ain't gonna be here long with y'all. I'm just trying to get here, man, you know, kind of give y'all some good pointers of, you know, what I come up with, because this how my mind process information, and then, you know what I'm saying, it leads me to be able to come up with me a good understanding, you know what I'm saying. So now discipline, watch what it say about discipline. It say the practice of training people. Before I say that, discipline and punishment, they look alike, but they ain't the same. I say discipline and punishment, they look alike, but they ain't the same. We finna talk about discipline first now, because it said discipline, the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior, with punishment or other undesired consequences for those failing to comply. Let me read that again. The practice of, this is a definition of discipline. It says the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior with punishment or other undesired consequences for those failing to comply. Let's see what it says about punishment. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what it says about punishment. It says, let's see what I got right here. Did I get that there for punishment? Oh, this is what it says. It says discipline focuses on teaching, guiding, and correcting future behavior to foster self-regulation. Wow. Punishment centers on enforcing compliance through fear or suffering for past actions. So meaning, this is what let me get into that a little better. You know what I'm saying? So when you discipline somebody, you got to be able, when you discipline a person, discipline is, or a child, discipline is actually showing them what they need to do. If that make any sense. I'm trying to break this thing down real lame. But punishing a person, punishment is different. Because punishment is you showing the child or someone, don't do this here ever again no more. It's a punishment for that. See, sometimes leaving is a punishment. So you don't never do that there no more. You see what I'm saying? So just as well as discipline, when you bag him up. See, when you discipline a person, you really saying, look, I don't like this right here. You see what I'm saying? This the way, you know what I'm saying? This the way we should be going. Or a child say, you told them don't go in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? After hours, they go in there anyway after hours. You know, you would. I guess you would. You don't want to whoop them out, because whooping would be more like, that ain't what you're trying to do. You trying to come up with a discipline factor. So even if you had to, you definitely finish showing what to do in the future. So that means we ain't going in here after this here hour, but now moving forward, you feel what I'm saying? We ain't going. Let me say that right. We ain't going in here after hour, but before hour, I'm saying that wrong. I'm kind of getting confused with what I'm saying. In so many words, man, when you the discipline is showing a child or someone what to do, and punishment is basically just showing them what not to do. Let me, cause sometimes I'll be going so goddamn deep, goddamn it, I'll be taking them. You know what I'm saying? I get better as I get along. Let's move along with this thing right here. So, it said discipline focuses on teaching, guiding, and correcting future behavior to foster self-regulation, while punishment centers on enforcing compliance through fear or suffering for past actions. Okay, I get it. Goal. The goal of discipline, they saying, is aims to teach and build skill. Punishment aims to stop behavior through retribution. That's what I was kind of saying, I thought. Focus. The focus means discipline looks forward, correcting future behavior. Punishment looks backward, focusing on the past infraction. Let me say that again. Discipline looks forward, creating future behavior. Punishment looks backward, focusing on the past infraction. Don't do that no more. That, you know what I'm saying? You teaching not to ever do that no more. When if a person got to be, if a child or even people that you come in contact, when you punishing them, that you teaching them, don't never do that no more. I always remember that. Just like when you dissing them, you trying to show them what to do. You correcting them and showing them what to do. Because a lot of times we'll teach them what not to do, but we done left out and told them what to do after we done, you know what I'm saying? You put the foot down and told them what you don't want them to do, but you ain't never actually gave them the instruction on as to what to do. So we got to be mindful of that and know how to separate the two. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, I feel like, you know, it was a good subject. It kind of went to rolling around the circle a little bit with it, but you know, hey, that's just how it came. That's how I rolling with it. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm gonna have a lot more. I'm gonna have a few more. I'm gonna have a lot more video coming. You know what I'm talking about? You know, the more I do it, I get better with it. You know what I'm saying? But that was just a video that I really wanted to. I felt like it needed speaking on. You know what I'm saying, Carl? Cause like I said earlier in the video, man, that we would tend to, you know, we judge people by the outer appearance. You see what I'm saying? But you know, their character is what's gonna be what we truly connecting to. You feel what I'm saying? So we just wanna be mindful of the people that we connecting with, and just be and not only that, but be mindful also too with how we raising our children, because like I said, man, you know, a lot of people want to boast with giving their children things that they don't deserve, you know, and that's selfish in their behalf, because they really doing it for their own self-gratification. But in reality, it's fucking the child up. Because in reality, it's showing the child that they can get shit that they don't deserve. You feel what I'm saying? And in the same way with people. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Bible talking about, casting your pearl before swine. Like, you know, you can't be giving people things that's undeserving. Because it gonna get in the way of your blessing too. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like this was just one of those subjects that I wanted to speak on, man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if we tune in, you know, even myself, that's why I practice a lot of physical exercise a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it does has a lot of mental, not mental. I ain't gonna say mental. I mean, it does have a lot of physical uh outcomes when you work out, don't get me wrong, but you know, the workout also has a lot of mental, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I get my, that's where the drive come from, you know what I'm saying? And to coincide what I'm saying with that is that, you know, being responsible for your health. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these are things that we want to be able to look in the mirror and answer these questions to ourselves. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, when you talking about loving someone else, and the first person that you gotta learn how to love is yourself. See, that's why it's always be mindful of what people saying out their mouth versus what they showing you. This is how you get confused. This is how you get misled. You ever heard that word, misled? So, man, you're gonna always have people that feel like, certain people feel like they think they know it all. Then you have certain people that feel like, they think they smarter than motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is gonna always be people too that gonna always have shit to say. But I'm gonna show you something what you know what God done brought you through. You know how he brought you through it too. So my words of encouragement to y'all and anybody that watching it, just, whatever God done brought you out of, you gotta it's your responsibility. Back to that, it's your responsibility to make sure the world know. The world need to know what God brought you out of. Not only what he brought you out of, tell them how he brought you out of it. Because they won't know how. How he get you out. And that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we character identifying. This video is basically to help us identify the characteristic of being irresponsible. Irresponsibility. When a person is irresponsible, they first watch how they treat themselves. See, how they treat themselves is gonna definitely be a reflection of how they can only treat you. So, man, hey, man, I done gave y'all the best of me for today, man. It was love, man. It was always, hey, man, if only y'all knew, man, So that's why I make these videos, you know what I'm saying? This, because I really just be wanting to share back with what God has opened my eyes to. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how the scope go, man. Each one teach one. For 9 all time, you know what I'm talking about? Until the next time, man. It's Kano, the main CMTMG, y'all. Boss. I turn y'all ready. I gotta get him off here. I don't know how to get him off, how to turn him off.